Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me get to the kitchen. We don't have any remote desk thingies. Hello. Hello. How are we doing? All right. Camera seems to be working. That is excellent and amazing news. So, what we have today for you, lovely people, we're gonna make an apple pie. It's a very simple recipe because we use biscuits. We're not gonna do a lot of baking and stuff. Okay, that's the start. We're also gonna make some grilled chicken, sauteed potatoes. Somebody asked for a tzatziki. We're also gonna do a variation of the Greek salad that I like to accompany some of my food. So we do have a lot of things, as you can see. I've set up a lot of stuff on the cooker there, and we've got a lot more stuff to do. So let's start with the basic stuff. Get some things out of the way, such as boiling water, which is so difficult. I mean, like boiling the perfect water can be difficult. I am certain of it. So no, this one is gonna go over here, and this one's gonna go over there. So we're gonna start with that one. Always a little bit of salt. And we're also gonna start with this one. So these are for the main meal. So I want to get them out of the way a little bit because they don't have to be, super hot when we do stuff. One of them actually needs to be cold. So we'll get those ones started because we're going to be using this kitchen to its full capacity today. Everything. Okay, so we're going to have to wait for the small one to boil. That one we don't have to wait for it to boil, but we can get to the next step. Let's get some things out of the way before we start the boring stuff. What is the boring stuff? The boring stuff, ladies and gents, is we're going to grab a chair and we're going to sit down here and we're going to peel a shitload of apples together today. That's what the boring part is. All right, I think that's enough potatoes for me. So I'm gonna give them a good wash, one by one. By the way, just a quick question. I hope the mic is okay because I always have a problem with it. Where to put it so it works well. Now these ones, right? They have a little bit of dirt extra on them, so you can all take a little sponge, not necessarily to have um, um, washing up liquid on it, but if you want to take a little bit more of that dirt off, just scrape them a little bit. Because we're not going to peel them, so I want to make sure we don't have dirt on this. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate the feedback. And of course, as always, if the bottom right camera freezes again, because usually that's the one that gives us all the hard trouble and everything, let me know. And hopefully when we're done here today, whatever time that is, I should be able to go and sit down and write the last two recipes on the website if anybody wants to try some of the food we do. Because I've been very busy, just don't have the time to do it. Hopefully today I'll be able to do some of that. So we're not falling behind on every aspect because we still haven't finished Warhammer builds and all that kind of stuff. But we'll get there. So what I'm going to do now is simply we're going to add these potatoes in there. We don't have to wait for it to boil. It will boil. Now, what we want for the potatoes, just to say that from the beginning, we're not going to cook them fully. What we want is just for them to go like halfway, maybe a little bit more, and that's it. We're going to pull them out, gonna leave them on the side, and then we're gonna deal with them later. On the small frying pan, the yellow stuff that you can see on your screen, that is melted butter. We're gonna melt more, but I prefer to do it one by one, so I can only have the measurements in my mind. And we're gonna start, let's just prepare a few things, because although you know how messy I am when I cook and all that kind of stuff, some things you have to do them in order, unfortunately, right? So we're gonna smash these biscuits here into dust. We're gonna be doing a lot of thingies for a bit now, because this is how we're gonna make our base for the apple pie. And this recipe is really nice. It is super, super high on calories. So if you're in a diet, don't even bother with this. Okay, if you want like a normal diet, whatever, don't bother with this. This is like 1,000 calories about. And the reason for that, why it's so high in calories, is because, well, we have digestive biscuits here, which, if I'm not mistaken, they're about 100 calories each. And we're going to be using like 10 boxes of them. On top of that, the apple have whatever calories the apple have, plus sucrose. And we're going to be adding quite a bit of sugar and a shitloads of butter. So this is like a walking heart attack apple pie. However, we're doing this one today, but some other time we'll do one of the traditional ones, which is pretty much a cake with apples on top, which is also very nice. There are like several recipes. You can also do one which you do in the frying pan and stuff like that. But this one is my favorite so far. I suppose mainly because the traditional versions, the ones people want to see, like, oh, I want to see Greek apple pie and stuff like that, they're not very appealing to me because I've been eating them like my whole life. So I'm kind of looking a bit more modern recipes. Nothing wrong with that, I suppose. But like I said, we'll do some of the traditional stuff another time. Hopefully, we'll be doing this every Sunday, which means we have another, like, what, 52, 53 sessions. We should be able to do a lot more this year than last year, especially if we do some variations, like with the ones we're talking about right now. I'm checking that some pieces just don't go where I want them to go. Okay. All right, a little bit more. I can see my waters are starting to boil. Okay, we're going to turn them down a little bit. Not because we're not in a hurry or anything, but because it's going to start spilling all over the place. And I don't want to be cleaning shit. Simple as that. Plus, we're not really in a hurry. It's Sunday. It's not like the other times where we're like, finishing the stream and I had to rush and make dinner. Now we're in chilled out mode. So, what's happening? Ah, there we are. Hey, Eric, how are you doing, buddy? Good morning. All right, so that's done. We will get back to this again later. I think for now we are done. So I'm going to put this out of my way temporarily. Okay, so that one's almost ready. Where's my... Oh, God. Yeah, the stuff you don't see, like the bench over here, which might be visible from that camera a little bit. It might be. It's oh, it's not. Okay. It's full of stuff. What are we cooking? We're making a version of apple pie with digestive biscuits at the base. We're gonna be grilling some chicken thighs, saute potatoes. We're gonna do a salad, which is like a Greek salad with this thing, which I need to find the English name, which is puntin, puntin, something like that. It's like a pasta, but it's the small stuff. So I'm assuming you can see this. Start trying to see where the camera is looking so I get it right. Yeah, it's like pasta by little dots. What's we gonna put in here? We're not gonna need a lot because I'm the only one eating this. So. And I think our friend Lisotti from Warhammer requested we do some tzatziki, which is easy. We'll get into that a little bit later. It's easy and quick to do, so I'm not worried about that one. So that one's boiling. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Same as the potatoes here. And we get cracking with this. So these are the biscuits. We've about 2 boxes, 2 small boxes that we did here. And here we have the melted butter. With all of it's going to go in there. Woo. When I say all of it, I mean all of it. Best tool ever. Worth every penny. This thing is so good. It pretty much leaves nothing on the freaking thing, man. It just swipes everything. I love it. And now for the difficult part. I'm going to take a spoon at the beginning because I kind of hate dipping my hands in there, although I will be dipping my hands in there. And we just need to mix this to make the base for the apple pies. Because I know you guys always ask me about like how much of this and how much of that and stuff like that. It's about half in weight, right? The butter is half the weight of the biscuits. So we'll put about 400 and something biscuit. So with about 220 butter, which is pretty much the whole box. It's 220, 250. So now we need to mix this very well. I'm also going to be tapping it a little bit. But what we want now is just to mix it very well so we have no dry biscuit crumbs. We want the butter just to go everywhere. It does take a little bit of time just to mix it well, because if you don't, then we're not going to have a nice base. Now, what I need to check now, because usually this is enough for the stuff that I make home, but I have promised to give some to some friends, so we might have to do another one. So that's why I'm starting with the base, because I want to, and then I want to put it on the side to, let's say, cool down, solidify, because this is very crumbly at the moment. But I think we got the butter everywhere, and consistency looks good. So next step, start filling up my little trays, which I have. Don't fall down. It didn't fall down. Excellent. Which we have here. Now the amount you want to put here is totally up to you. Depends how much. Okay, so just gonna. I need to show you as well. Sorry. So I just put a little bit in and just spread it out. Now the thickness of how much you want on the bottom is up to you. How much biscuit you want. Personally, I like to have quite a bit. Maybe a bit more. So I just kind of like dip it in. General Spammer, holy moly. Hello, General Spammer friend. How are you doing? Where's your plate? Well, you're welcome to visit anytime you want. So that's the first one. We had a few of them to do. We'll see if this is enough. So I suppose maybe 4 tablespoons are good enough on this. Maybe I would say even a little bit more. Go with 3 on the next one. This is more than that. I mean, if you think it's more, you just take some out. You know what I mean? It's not a big problem. If you weren't spending all well, dude, I don't know. At some point, you might want to take a break from that and arrange some vacation for you, for yourself. I don't know if you have a wife or a girlfriend or something. And so you have to tap this fairly well. We need to have a nice solid base here. So I like I said, I prefer this one. It's fast, it's easy. You don't have to do a lot of baking, you know, with flour and stuff. So these two are done. I'm going to put them on the side. This needs a little bit of time to kind of like solidify there. You could put it on the fridge if you want. I'm not. I'm just going to leave it. Instead, we're going with 3 oversized tablespoons. You know, as much as I can grab, basically. I don't really count it 100%. Oh, now you decided to start your collection of mangoes. Oh, I mean, I mean, well, I'll tell you what though. Maybe I can't send you a plate because these things won't go where you are. But I mean, make it alive and properly. However, you can visit us every Sunday at this time. We're going to be cooking something or a version of something. So it's always a pleasure to have you on the stream, General Spammer. And it's been a while. I know we have like seriously different time zones, but it's nice to see some familiar old faces coming back. Some of our content. The reason why I don't make this very often is because I hate. It's 2 a.m. at you. Oh my god, it's 12 noon here, man. Like, I'm making like lunch for the wife. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to make more. Let's put a little bit more in this. So we've got a little bit left, so I'm gonna spread it on this and make some more. Which means, how much more we're gonna need? We're gonna need 1 box more. So we're gonna need half of this butter for the next one. And butter does so many things. So half is about there. Here it goes. This on the side. Turn that one on again. On low. That's okay. Let me check that for a second. Gonna mix that a little bit. And the potatoes, we're just gonna stop them, say where they are. They're not nowhere. The same thing as with the time we put them in. So let's finish with this here until the butter is done. Sorry, I know it's a bit crumbed up in the camera, but I honestly do not have any more space to do this any better. So one thing I would say you have to pay a little bit of attention to is when you're doing the base, is to make sure that it's tight on the edges, because when we put the apples in and the sauce, we don't want this to kind of like go under it. That is kind of important. I don't think any other points on that. Well, you know what they say, General Spammer, like there's no better time than now. You know what I mean? Like if this is something I'm trying to do in my life as well. Like if I see something, if I want something, I want to do something. Um, I'm like I gotta do it now because I might not be able to do it in next year or whatever. Is now or maybe never. So these ones, we're putting in the rest of the mixture here. They're gonna have a very thick base. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, we all like biscuits, especially the digestive one. I think is one of the most popular biscuit out there over time. Not just because it's always like the flavor of the month every now and then. Hey, Liz. All right, so those are done, but we need one more. Okay, I need to fill one more. I think one set of biscuits will do. Let's grind those down. Where did I put the other ones? I think I took too many biscuits. I didn't calculate right, but it's okay. We're gonna eat them. I'm not on a diet anymore, so we're good. Break some of them. A bit more. Be done faster. Yeah. And I think I might have to turn the butter up a little bit because it's taking its sweet time. Okay, where's the rest of them? I always forget to put this one in when taking it out. Pushing I Beach 40, excellent. I'm waiting for my wife to get back to because she left very early this morning. to see what we're doing this afternoon. To tell you the truth, it's freaking raining outside. I hope it says something like, "Oh, I don't want to do anything. I want to chill in the fireplace." I'm like, yes. Because I really do want to go to Land of the Dead. I want to come in Warhammer to see if we can do a little bit of practice on a couple of things. And you know, work with the guild a bit. Okay, that should be enough. Butter is almost melted. Excellent. Let me check my potatoes. Not there yet. How are we doing on this? It needs more. Right, moving on. We need the butter. We can't move on. We need the butter. Oh, we gotta wait. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. We gotta wait there for a second. A lot of things are going on. What we can do though, while we're waiting, loads of crumbs, is just take a little step forward with the seasoning that we're gonna add to the chicken, right? So, little bowl, salt. These things are always to taste, so don't tell me how much. I don't know. It's up to you. Where's my rest of my stuff? See, I get prepared before we start streaming most of the time. So next one is pepper. Always to taste. I like pepper, so I'm gonna put a lot. Not even looking. I have some paprika here. As much as you like. This is the just sweet paprika. I don't use smoked one. I don't like it much. Here we have some garlic powder. And one thing that I do like to add a lot is coriander in a lot of my foods. I don't know why I just love freaking coriander. And a touch of oregano. All right, I think we're done. I'm going to take this, put them on the back. So I have something to do after the stream, except eating. Sort all this shit out. Take a small tablespoon. Small tablespoon, where are you? I'm going to take my shovel one. Yep, we forgot about this. We don't want this to boil, we just need it to melt, so. And we're gonna mix this very well, very well. Mix it very well, yes, yes. Yeah, I got a nice little shovel tablespoon. I love those ones. Kind of like have some things like that in the kitchen. Break the monotony of the usual. So we mix this and we have this nice little reddish mixture here. So we're gonna park that one there. Butter is melted. Yes, good. Everything else is moving forward. We repeat the process because we have one more tray to prepare for this. Okay, let's get every last drop of this. And so we're gonna put this inside for now. We're gonna wash it. We're gonna need this later. Just gonna put this on somewhere on the side as well. Oh, crap! I made coffee. I didn't realize. As usual, I made it and I forgot it there. So we'll go back on our mixing here until there's no liquid here, and we have spread it to all the crumbs here. I mean, you will know when that is because everything needs to be muddy. If you have any cramps that don't have moisture, then you need to mix more. So, hi Bones, how you doing, buddy? So I'm just gonna see if they made. That's how I test my pasta usually. We are in the kitchen every Sunday, 12 o'clock noon my time. So that is 12 noon UTC plus 2. And actually, to add this under the stream so it displays on your own country's time zone. I'll do this after the stream. I'm going to do a little bit of work after I eat. I sit down, I'll write some of the recipes from last and previous week just to get them out of the way. Okay, I'm turning all these off. I'm going to leave them on. They need a little bit more. Okay, but not a lot. Potatoes, you can stop them about halfway through. Maybe a bit less, so I'm going to leave them there for a minute, but we turn them off. They're still cooking. So if you want to try any of the recipes, you can always visit the website, fixitdv.live. We have some from last year and some videos, but I'm not doing videos anymore. It's just too time consuming. I'm sorry, guys, don't have the time. You can watch the stream and skip. I don't know. Don't have a team, don't have a time. One guy, too many things with variety content. So I'll try and put the recipes there. We did the moussaka and we did the octopus as well. See if I manage to do this today and then jump on Warhammer if the wife allows. Before many years it was like if the weather allows, now is if the wife allows. So we made this one specifically for this. And before I forget, I think this is going to be enough here. Yeah, that's fine. Pat it down so it becomes solid. Like laying the road. Yeah, let me check this because I had a request as well, which I almost forgot. Sorry, I'm describing some stuff. Cameras don't cover the entire kitchen. Sorry. Ah. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm having fun. Opened up my guild to all dwarfs. We made a dwarf guild, the one that I was alone. We got like 15, 20 people in there. You know, we got like a nice 6-man every now and then. Trying to recruit, doing all right. Zerg is the Zerg. Classes are still waiting for the range update and all that. But beyond that, I think we're doing all right. I'm having a lot more fun, taking a much more relaxed approach to the game these days. Right, so these little ones are for the wives. This only died and said, "Make me some little ones." I'm like, okay, like you're gonna get like calories a bit. You know, we love her. And I think I'm going to make another one just to leave them there. Probably my mom might want one. This is on a diet. I'm never on a diet. I think I'm on a C diet. I eat whatever I see. That's it. I think that's the best diet. And I think we're done with all the trimmings here. All right, let's put this down as well. Clean the spoon. Mm. Okay. Moving on. Biscuit. All right, now we're gonna go, as I said, to the boring part, which is to peel all the apples. Before we do that, let me strain this first. And we're gonna leave it there for a minute to strain properly. We don't want to have a lot of water in that. So in advance, getting this out. I'm gonna put it there in a minute. So apples. Do you guys like apples? I mean, like, grab an apple and eat it. You know, and those lines, not like in an apple pie or whatever. Well, the name doesn't ring a bell, but once a dwarf, always a dwarf kind of thing. Oh, apple pickle, nice. I need a new bowl. Hold on, I need a new bowl here. Ah, God damn it. A small little disaster. Twice, things are just falling off the freaking cupboard. Too many little boxes. I don't know why I have so many little boxes. What is up with women in like little boxes everywhere? I mean, like freaking everywhere. Yeah, well, now we are in the boring part, as I said. We're gonna have to peel a load of apples. So, Warhammer, yeah, Warhammer's fun. Hopefully, I'll be able to jump in. Today, we'll have Land of the Dead. We also are able to run pretty much every other day. I would say every other day is more accurate. Dwarf Warband, sometimes closed, sometimes open, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 20. We are, doing like the off game, level up the off maps. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in there. It's fun, until we get some more geared up people and stuff. We're learning, teaching some new people, how to guard, how to switch targets, all the usual stuff. Oop, the wife is back. Assistance is coming for the peeling of the apples. Okay, well, it's gonna need another bowl. Now, the reason why I'm keeping the peelings, so you know, they're gonna go in the chickens and rabbits and all that kind of stuff that I have. That's why I keep them. So I'm not gonna go very like trying to save stuff. I'm just gonna go around like this and be done with it. I'll leave some extra for the wabbits. See here, I went a little bit closer, so I'm gonna have to clean this. Take the seeds out. Also, always be careful with knives. Don't want to lose any fingers. So in these ones, we're just gonna dice into small pieces. Now you want to do them dice, right? You want to go like this. It's your choice, depending how much apple you want to have on your bite. Personally, I like to have smaller pieces. So usually I kind of like cut them this way first, and then I flip them, and we get small pieces. Yeah. Now, how many apples? I don't know. Like I said, it's always up to you how much you want to have on your bite, how much you want to have on your thing. I like to make it to have enough. I want every spoon that I take to have apple in there. So, this one I screwed up a little bit because I sliced it vertically instead of pulling the knife, so they all came apart. Like I did this instead of this. If you do this, they don't come out of position, so you can use them. Well, you have a better knife. Maybe if you do this, they might not go anywhere either. And carry on. So what we're gonna do now, just give you a heads up on the next steps. We're gonna finish the apples, okay? And because I'm multi-cooking, we're not doing one after the other. We're gonna take a little pause once this is done, and we are going to put the chicken in the oven, right? So we'll take a little side step. We do that so it starts cooking, and then we'll carry on with the apple pie. So I will save some time because, like I said, I need to finish this, eat, do some work on the website today. I've decided, and then see if we're jumping into the game. Not gonna stream, but if I do play, right? If anybody feeling bored, whatever, you probably can find us and join us in Discord to hang out with us while we do some guild stuff. I think we're gonna stop with this apple. So about 8 apples that we did, I think. We'll do one. We'll cook one. We'll see how much more we need in, and we'll do the rest. Because I don't want to overdo it. I don't know what I'm gonna do the sliced apples. I don't like. I mean, I like to eat them like whole, yes, but sliced. Also, good recipes for apples. Not recipes, but way to eat apple. You can add cinnamon on top of it. You can also add honey and cinnamon on top of it. Take an apple, cut it in slices, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of, of honey. Every now and then, give you a different flavor, different taste of things. This one a bit weird one. Okay, I'm assuming this will be enough for us for now. Yes, I'm happy. Like I said, if it's not, then we will simply make some more. We have plenty of apples. I think I went overboard. Yeah, that works. But on this one, it does have some extra ingredients which I'm not going to be using, but I can tell you this one also you have ginger in there, fresh ginger, which I didn't find any good ginger in the supermarket, so I didn't get it. I mean, it's nice to have it, but it's not like a a crucial thing. Vanilla is definitely one of those you can add. Um, sorry, the other thing. The other thing we're going to be adding on this, which is kind of weird for an apple pie or a sweet, is vinegar. We're going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar into this. Now, another thing is that you kind of like need to, well, you don't need to, but it would be nice if you want to hurry up and do this. Because the apples start getting darker, they can become black. I don't know what's up with these apples. I don't remember when I was a child, apples going dark this quickly. They always got brown after a while. You peel them off and all that. But I think today these new apples take like seconds. See what I mean? Like it's already just to see the difference here. I really miss the good old days, man. I mean, every year it's just yeah. It don't make them like it used to. Hey, damn it, 62. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. How are we doing this wonderful Sunday? Wonderful. Outside's kind of miserable. It's cloudy, moody. It's raining. It's cold. Coldest day of the year for us here so far. Which for you probably is still summertime, but hey, Angry, how you doing, buddy? Well, we're doing apple pie and we're also doing some chicken. We kind of go between one and the other very quickly. So we just finished dicing our apples here. So we're going to start with a tray. It needs to warm up a little bit before we do anything else. So we start that one. We're going to start the oven, 180 degrees Celsius, just the preheating stuff. I'm going to park this on the side. I said we're going to take a little side step, go to the chicken. So we'll get that one going, multitasking. Okay. I can say we're doing apple pie and roasted chicken. Okay, so I need my strainer here, so I'm just going to transfer this into a bowl, which I think I made a little bit too much. Ah, That's why I hate this thing. I hate it. I like it as a salad stuff and for other recipes that I use it, but I do hate when I'm trying to pull it out because little dots, man, it's like freaking breaking a Lego building and all crumbles down to little pieces. At least it's cooked. All right, we're gonna leave that on the side for later. My wife is gonna kill me. I want to strain the potatoes to keep cooking in the water. So I just want them on the side. This one's warming up. Chicken. Let me make some space here. We'll put the tray. Agapi, masem ne mjami sakula mila pirazi. Mjami sakula mila nuisto paraka na. Okay, so that's the tray we're gonna use. This is the chicken we're gonna use. So I'm gonna place it here. Oh, by the way, you all say, where is my dish and where is my dish, right? Where's my plate? Who's gonna come do the dishes? Anybody? Any volunteers? No? So we're gonna use the little mixture that we did earlier. Okay, I'm gonna try and cover all of it. We've got plenty here. Yeah, we can pat it down a little bit. Kind of goes everywhere. This should make a nice crispy skin. I don't know how many of you guys eat the skin or you're on your diets and whatever, but I kind of like it myself. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is gonna wash my hands first of all. And you could do this on both sides if you want to, but I'm going to go on one side because this is a very potent mustard. I mean, potent in the sense of you smell it and your nose unblocks. That's how potent this stuff is here. So what I want to do is I just want to go on the other side just to give that spicy flavor. I said you can do this on both sides, but if I do it on both sides, guess who's not going to eat this? My wife. So I'm going to do that. Just to give the spicy and nice little flavor here. A little bit of super hot mustard. I tried to as well, but you know what? Like I'm streaming, and kind of like I tried to keep it all content-wise instead of take a break to cook. What I usually do when I cook alone is that when I put something in the oven, like the chicken, for example, I start doing all the washing up. Usually, but when I'm streaming, I want to keep it short for the video, so I'll just keep going and do all this later. And final ingredient here is we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of olive oil across. All right, we're going to put it in, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. And we'll put that there and we'll forget about it. This one is hot enough. Going back to the apple pies, we're going to take our apple. I think you can fit all of it. Yeah. Throw it out. It's going all sizzling. Lovely sound of sizzling. I like it. I'm running out of space, man. Space, man. We need more space, man. All right, let me just put this on the side as well so I don't get confused with this. If you have some left, right, like I do, you can always do that later. You can use it on top at the end of it. So we're gonna leave the apple over there to simmer down a little bit, get soften it up. In the meantime, I'm just gonna put all my spices back on my little spinning thing here. There it is. We don't need to have a very high. We don't need it to be very high. I don't know, on the settings. We just need to make it sweat a little bit here. Now, how soft you want this to be, it's up to you how much you're going to cook this for, okay? It's totally up to you. I'm trying to think what I need. What did I do with it? Ah, cinnamon. Best quality I can find. I love cinnamon. Oh, and the flavor just, oh God, I love this fucking cinnamon. Man, I don't know. Sometimes people buy cheap stuff. I do as well, right? But I have to say that when it comes to cooking ingredients, man, I want to have the most expensive stuff. Such a difference. I mean, like, huge difference, dude. I I don't know if I'm going to pronunciate this right, but it's like kaolin cinnamon. It's the what do you call it? Natural, biological, whatever. It's not like processed and stuff. It's very dark. It's very bitter. But as soon as you put it somewhere, the smell is like, oh. Then you buy. I have some other cheap stuff that come along with some sweets that I bake, and I have cinnamon to put on top of it. And it's like day and night, like really day and night. So, like I said, we just need them to sweat a little bit. Now they're sweating like they're in the gym. So the next thing we're going to do, and this is always up to you again, we're going to go in with the butter. That is about 100 grams. We'll see if we need some more. This is where the fun starts. So we might have to do this again, like I said, because I never know, I mean, this is enough for like 1 or 2, but we have 5 that we're doing today. So, and I don't have a lot bigger tray, so we'll take it by eye and see how much more we need. Now that we have the butter getting in there, now if you had some ginger, because I didn't find any to put, you can put some ginger in this. Just put it now with the butter to get all the flavors going. And we're just gonna keep mixing here until the butter melts, and this goes everywhere. Now I put some grinded cinnamon. If you want, you can put a stick if you have. Just take it out at the end so you don't break any teeth. I prefer to go with the granulated because it's a bit. I think the flavor is a bit stronger with it. The butter is almost done. Now, this is also an option, but I like it, so I'm going to do it that way. If you want your apple pie, the one we're doing today, this version, to be bright, right, when you have a tablespoon, you can leave it as it is right now. We're just going to need to add the sugar. If you don't, I prefer to go for a bit of a darker color, so I'm going to add some balsamic cream in there. Not a lot. Yeah, it's just for the coloring a little bit. It does add to the flavor, but if you overdo it, it's not going to be as sweet anymore. But it's just for the coloring here. This needs a little bit more. Come here, where are you going? Ow. I am a messy cook. If I went to any of these oh, God. If I went to any of these MasterChef shows, they'll probably kick me out for being messy. Oh, come on. Really? What the hell? Oh, you don't want to open? I'll make you open. Jesus. What the? What did they make this of? Fucking concrete? Jesus. Finally. Oh, first time First time in a lot of years I had trouble opening a bottle like this. As you can see here, it has, we left a little bit longer. I mean, they're still hard. The apple is still hard. It's not really squishy. And now we're going to add the sugar. Now, how much sugar? It's up to you because you have the biscuit, we have the apples, the balsamic cream usually is not very acidic. I'm going to go with this amount. I'm showing you the cup so you get an idea at home. This is about 150 grams. Maybe it's a little bit too much, but it depends how much of a sweet tooth you guys have. Now it's going to mix it to go everywhere. I'm going to cook it a little bit longer. And once you put the sugar in, kind of like, it takes a temperature, so the cooking slows down a little bit. But be careful when it starts cooking, boiling sugar, it comes to caramel is not really the best thing. Yeah, I mean, we do have a recipe which is with a sponge or a cake, if you like, and it's like the traditional one. We'll do one another time. This is my favorite one because it's a bit easier to do. It's balsamic vinegar cream. It's just for the coloring and balancing out a little bit the sweetness. I put enough just to get a dark color because I just like the color basically. It also helps to soften up the apple a little bit faster. So we just need to let this boil a little bit. Chicken is there. So we did have a request, which we will do the tzatziki for Lisotti that wanted it today. But first we're going to finish this, see how much it goes into the trays we made. Yeah, but it has to be a cream. If you put the liquid stuff, it's not going to go very well. You're going to have a very liquid result, and you don't want things, trying to eat and then pouring all over the plate. It has to be cream. As you can see, we do have, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, we do have a lot of liquid here. All right, so we got to let it cook a little bit. It's nice to have like the caramel thing, the juices, but if it's too much, it's just going to be dripping everywhere. We need something a little bit more thick. Now, and this is the difficult part this is why I usually don't do sweets because they're a pain in the ass. If you don't cook it enough, it's very liquid, it goes all over the place. You kind of like miss a lot of stuff. If you overcook it, the caramel really becomes really hard, and when you're trying to eat it, it gets stuck on your teeth. So I'm trying not to overdo it. I don't always succeed. I'm not a professional, but I'm just giving you a fair warning. So if you try and eat it and you have like caramel sticking on your teeth, you overcooked it. And don't forget, this thing will keep, now it looks very liquidy, but once it start cooling down, the sugar is going to start, getting tighter and thicker and stuff. So I'm going to leave it like 1 more minute because to me, it feels a little bit too liquid at the moment. So if hopefully this will fill all the little things that we have, we're good. Otherwise, we're going to do one more of this to make sure that we finish the apple pie, right? And then we'll start doing the other dishes. We're going to do tzatziki first for Lisotti. Then we're going to do the salad that's cold salad so it can stay on the side. And finally, we're going to do the potatoes to come out warm with the chicken. And then I'll go eat, do some work on the website, see what the wife wants to do. I'll let you know on Discord. And if we don't do anything else, so he wants to chill alone in the fireplace or whatever, we'll jump in and we'll do some Warhammer. Hopefully we'll go Land of the Dead, win, get enough scarabs, get my second mount. At least one more after that. And then we'll start the UNG on Land of the Dead. Nice little bubbles. You don't have to mix it. I just like doing it while I'm waiting. It's just a habit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course, you can always try to see if the apple is like as hard or soft as you want it, don't burn yourself. This is caramel now that has the sugar in it. Hmm. You can stay a little bit. I think I need a little bit more sugar as well myself. Just a little bit. Because that's another way to finish this quickly if you think it's really too runny. Just add a bit more sugar. All right, I'm going to turn it off as well. Just going to give it a little bit for the small amount of sugar to melt properly. I don't know. I still feel that is not sweet enough. I tried to like last time that I did it, the wife said that I put too much sugar and it was, too much. So, nah, it's okay. Don't forget that as far as the sweetness goes, right? We also have the biscuits, and we're gonna add more biscuits, which have already sugar. So, the whole thing together, well, the little shovel. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those cheap things. It will break on the first try. I also have some. I have some ants as well. I don't know what I put my ants. Let's see if I can find my ants. Ah, there they are. Sorry, spiders. I also have some spiders for my cooking. So these ones, like, if you want to make some decoration, I have those like. I don't use them necessarily on Halloween. Don't get your mind all over like Halloween stuff, but um, when we want to do some better decoration or whatever, you can put these little spiders, and you put like a cherry tomato on top, and they can carry it. So we're going now to the next step. Oh, is what Chat Spark? Yeah, that's our new bot. I think that he's doing an excellent job. Generally speaking, he picks up a lot of nice stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna fill them up. I think this is a nice amount of apple there. Yeah. Now I'm not picking up all the liquid there. We're gonna. I'm picking. This apple thing is not enough. We gotta do more. We're gonna add some of the juice later. Well, you don't like my you don't like the chatbot? I honestly thought it's doing a great job. Yeah, we need more apples, guys. That was part of well, not part of the plan, but we did expect that to happen. So we're gonna park this at the back again. Let them cool down a little bit. And we're gonna take those little ones that we made. Probably we can get away with this one. Add a little bit more juice to this. Those little final pieces there. Okay. All right. We have we gotta do one more. We have left these ones. We still have to do this one, so we need another load. So we're gonna take a little a little pause here for a second. Hold on a second, because Put the potatoes here. Move it there. Yeah, we gotta clean this to make a new. See, I am cleaning while I'm cooking, but only what I have to. Everything else later. I mean, we're not going full clean, just to get all the stuff out so we can. The reason why I'm doing this is somebody could say, yeah, you just add the new stuff in there, but there will be a significant amount of sugar there. I just want to measure everything again. All right, Burns, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. I hope you had fun. Check out the recipes. I'll say again for everybody that we have them on the website. We're missing a couple from last week and the week before. I'll try and write them down. Videos you can find on the live sessions or the playlist on YouTube. Okay, get some more apples. Get the apples going. What time is it? 1 hour. Okay, we're doing good time though. We're doing pretty good time. And I know, I'm gonna jinx myself. I know, but I gotta say, the camera hasn't frozen yet. Amazing stuff this Sunday. Also, another tip: make sure you sharpen all your knives before you start cooking. Because I only sharpened one today, and the rest are kind of shit. That's one thing I've never realized. I don't know why. I mean, like when you think about it, it kind of sounds a little bit dumb. And what I mean is, if I am Greek American, no, I am 100% Greek. I used to watch all this like MasterChef and all the other shows, and this guy has these sharp knives and all that kind of stuff. It never occurred to my little brain that I was like, oh, I need to get those knives, man. Look how sharp they are, and wow. And it never occurred to me that before every show they actually sharpen the damn things and like razor sharp. I have such a perfect NA accent. Well, thank you very much. I haven't trained for an accent or whatever. I used to live in England in the UK for like 10 years. When I was there, people said that I have a very Manchester-like accent. Then I came back to Greece, where I'm from, and my accent kind of like the English accent went away. So since I'm streaming pretty much every day, I talk to people, my accent just ended up like this. But thank you very much for the kind comment. And also, welcome to the stream. Okay, let me just get my. Oh, I've run out of bowls. I'll get another one. Good news is I have a lot of bowls, man. Loads of bowls. I suppose accents do change. I was talking about this the other day on my Discord with the people that would play Warhammer together. That if you notice, I also have a lisp. And the funny thing is, I never in my life had a lisp before. Never, ever, a lisp. And it kind of like introduced to my speech in the last couple of years. Don't know why. And the weirdest thing is, I only lisp when I speak English. When I speak Greek, I have zero lisp. Like my S is not as drawn as it is on my English, which is weird. Like really weird. But you know, we grow up, we get older, things change. It is what it is. For me, at my age and my experiences, I don't know if it's a lot or just a few, whatever, is that I need to try and stress less, work less, and have more fun. Για να ακούσεις, δεν έχω ρε, σου λέω, Lisp, καθόλου. Το νερό, στο γιατρό, σου μπιπ. Δεν έχω Lisp, καθόλου στα ελληνικά. Ό,τι και να πω. Sorry, he requested to speak Greek so he can see if I have a lisp or not. But I don't think I will. Τι, σου άρεσε το σεμπίτ? Let me have a look in the kitchen. In the kitchen. Why I was confused today? Kitchen and chicken. God, not my day. Chicken is going good. Okay, we're almost done here, so I'm going to turn this on again. Warm it up a little bit. Finish with the apples. Chicken smells good. Now I'm getting hungry. All right, we're done here. I'm going to keep this for the chickens and the wabbits. So now one stage there. This needs to warm up. We're going to need a little bit more butter though. I want to work less. Who doesn't? At the moment, I have a part-time job where I work about 3 hours a day. Yeah, I know it's not a lot. I know how that sounds, but I do like that work for 3 hours. Then I am building some houses, so I'm kind of like in the construction yard all the time. The 3 hours that I work is basically heavy labor. I carry metal, loading up trucks and stuff like that. And on top of that, I know you guys don't consider that work, but it's a lot of hours. 5 hour stream, fix the videos, prepare the kitchen, you know, write up on the website, all that kind of stuff, which takes a lot of time. And can be very, you know, mentally tiring. Write builds for games and all that. A lot of people think it's all fun and giggles. I mean, doing the streaming and playing, yes, but when you go afterwards and you have to do all the reading, the catch up, you know, the formatting it can get exhausting. And also streaming 5 hours or 2 hours here, non-stop talking is very exhausting. If I could do this, just that, so I can skip the job and the construction yard and all that kind of stuff, that would be good for me. Maybe one day. I'm still young. And then we have a lot of people who kind of like come on and say, "Hey, you need to do a build for this game, or you got to do this." I'm like, "Yeah, but while I'm doing that, I'm not playing, I'm not resting, I'm not in the mood." Like I said, I try to do things that I like when I like. Before, a couple of years back, I'll get out of my way. I won't sleep to make content to please people. Now I just do what I do when I want to. And cooking is something that I want to do, and I would be doing all this anyways this Sunday, right? So I'm not doing something like special. You know, I said I do the stuff that I like, and I did promise some people I'll make them some apple pie in my real life. So doing it also gives me a nice excuse to cook something different from the usual stuff that we cook every day. All right, gonna add some cinnamon. 40 then, congratulations on Ironbreaker for Warhammer Online level 40. Well done. Let me guess, now you need Gambad, Crypts, Bastion Stairs. Yeah, you need all the dungeons now, right? All right, so this is the second, I don't know how you call them. We call them doses. You know, doses, parts. I don't know how you call them in English. I would say we just need them to sweat a little bit. Then we'll add the butter, which is where? Where's my butter? Oh, there's my butter. Woo! Okay, let's wait a bit. They're sweating nicely. Give me a couple more seconds. So finish this. and we'll put it back on the trays. We'll let them cool down a little bit. Then we'll move over to lunch again. I don't remember when I put the chicken in, but I think we need more. Doesn't look crispy enough. And let me see if I have ingredients, because Les, you told me yesterday that you want some tzatziki to be done, and I said that I will, but I'll just assume that I have all the ingredients. I gotta double check here. We have at least a little bit of something. All right, first one found. We do have the yogurt. Okay, we do have cucumbers. I usually do have, okay, we check. We definitely have garlic. So you're in luck, dude. That's what we're making next. All right, ingredients check. All right, let's not burn this. I think it has sweated long enough. Going in with the butter. Go in. This one needs more. Yes, this thing does have a little butter. Usually, sweet stuff you make home does have a little butter. So, if anybody has any questions, anything else you guys want to chat about, feel free. I could use a little chat right about now while waiting for things to melt. Ah, coffee. Where is my balsamic? Get that nice dark color that I like. Yep, I think I might put a little bit more butter than we should. But that's not always a bad thing. Not always. Sugar. Oh, we got sugar left in there. Not good. I'm a messy chef. That should be the name of this mess in the kitchen. Now this one, I don't know if you noticed because we did this a bit earlier. Now we have a much bigger. I don't know if you can see on camera. I'm sorry, I don't know. Situation here. If that happens, right, and you feel like, oh, you know what, I put too much sugar and this is not going to work for me very well, all you got to do is just add a little bit more butter, which we will as well, just a tiny little bit at a time until you balance it out. You definitely think out. Yeah, we tell you like 100 grams of this or that, but as you know, I usually just go by eye anyways. Do it my way. But on the website, I will give you the exact measurements. The reason why I do it is because I am tired after all these years of cooking and eating to eat the same thing. So I kind of leave a few things to luck. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, you know. But it's definitely never the same food. Sometimes it's sweeter, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's weird. I like a bit of variability in there, bit of randomness. So I need to start preparing for the tzatziki stuff for Liz, who decided he wants to add another item on the list for today. Like we didn't have enough stuff to wash and do. It just needed to add one more thing. Yeah, I think this one's better than the other one, man. Right. Yeah, this is definitely a much better batch than the other one. What else do I need, Liz? Oh yeah, we need the garlic stuff. Ooh, I found a potato. Garlic. See how nice and frothy it is? This is definitely thicker and much sweeter. We're gonna try now. Yes, we are. By the way, don't try immediately after this. This is like kind of caramel. Don't try. You gotta give it some time. Oh shit! This is the bomb. This is the good stuff. It's so sweet. You go straight to the doctor. No joke. So half the glass was much better. Oh my god, this is not enough apple for this either. Holy shit. Let's not take all the caramel there. I think it's good though. I'll go, but one more. Yeah, we should be good with it. We almost made it. Almost. I say almost because we also made this one, which is just gonna get some caramel spears as an experiment. Let's see how that goes without apple. Don't want to throw this away, so I'm just gonna pile up on that. All right. On that. Now we're not done with the apple pie stuff yet. We still have one more step to go with this. But before we go on with that step, we will take a little break to do all the other stuff he said because it needs to cool down a little bit. So, as promised, Mr. Liz, Mr. Level 40 IB and Warhammer, Mr. I made it. You asked for this, so you better be watching. All right, we'll clean our board here. Have a look on the chicken. Chicken looks good. Leave it in there. I know. I'm just joking. Okay, let's get going. We will need one bowl, medium size. You will need 250 grams of yogurt. Well, you can put more if you want. Depends how many people you have and all that kind of stuff. We could do it in the little tray of the yogurt, but it's going to be a pain in the ass. So we're going to do it in there. Next step, you have two choices. Choice number one is that you take one of those garlic crusher thingies. Yeah. So you can squeeze the garlic into a little puree. Second option is the one I'm doing, which most of you will not pick anyways, but this is the way I like to do it. It works both ways, right? We are going to simply spend a little bit more time and finely chop the garlic. I prefer that to just smashing everything. Flavor-wise, I think they're both the same. Texture-wise is a bit of a difference because with this method, chopping it up, you might get to bite down on some pieces of the garlic. And I mean, the whole point of this is the garlic. Now, making this side dish without enough garlic, and I mean, like, to put it this way, enough to kill a vampire. I think you understand that analogy better, right? I would say don't do it at all. There's no point. Also, because most of the times you guys probably going to cook for your wives or girlfriends, or you go out and you order this. Make sure, and this is very important for your relationship, right? Make sure that if you ever order the tzatziki, that you both eat it. Because if only one person eats it, well, you're going to stink of garlic. The other person not really going to be very inclined to be next to you for the next couple of hours or for the whole night. So make sure if you ever make this or order it, you both. Well, I'm saying both. I'm assuming a relationship has two people. If you have three people in your relationship, make sure all three or four or whatever have it. This you can also pressure it a little bit. Becomes a bit easier to continue trimming it. For me, that is a good size there. So all this garlic goes in there. Hey, wife loves it. It's very easy to do. Like if you had the garlic crusher, that you like was like press it 2 or 3 times, and you're done. I just like to spend a bit more time with my food like this, and you're pretty much done there. Yeah, I'm erasing this one out, trying to minimize the stuff that I'm going to be using, because that one only had some apples in there. So we've got the garlic, we've got the yogurt. Hey, Van, good morning, dude. Also, here you have a choice. It's completely up to you. You can grate the cucumber with the skin or without the skin. It's your choice. What we want is this fine size. Okay, we don't want the big one. We don't want this one. This is too small. This is too big. Too big. We just want this one. All right, and I'm gonna go with the skin because I can't be asked to clean it at this point. Also adds a bit more flavor, I think. Got a bit of skin left. Goes in the chicken. Yeah, for the chickens. All right, we'll clean this. Take all of it out. Now, let me just rinse this out. So don't get stuck there. Now, as you can see here, we have a lot of water into, because it's a cucumber, of course, it has a lot of water. So we're gonna grab the meat, right? I'm gonna squeeze it, and we're gonna squeeze it more. We need to take as much water out as we can. And then we're gonna put it in there with the yogurt and the garlic. I'm gonna squeeze and we're gonna squeeze. Now, if you don't do this or you don't do it well, Tomorrow morning, if you don't finish all of it, it's gonna be a lake. It's gonna be a lake. So that's it. And also, if you have too much water content, the yogurt's just gonna go watery anyway. Paper towel, yeah, you can do it if you want. It will just if you want. But I mean, if you do a paper towel, you take 100% off the moisture. It's not a bad thing to have a tiny bit because um, we don't want this to be a paste. You know what I mean? It has to be a bit more runny. So, and especially the next day, and if it has a little bit of water, the other thing that it does, a little bit, yeah, is that allows the garlic to diffuse into the water. So if you make this today and you eat it, it's okay. If you put it in the fridge and you eat it the next day, the garlic flavor is like 10% more. The garlic has the time to diffuse into the water. You give it a good mix the next day to mix all the yogurt and a little bit of water that came out, and then it's much more potent. A little bit of salt to taste. Personally, I add a little bit of pepper myself as well, because I love pepper in this. And about a tablespoon for 250 grams of yogurt, about a tablespoon of olive oil. There is a lot of people on this. They would add a splash of vinegar as well. I don't like it myself, but you know, it doesn't hurt or anything. So we mix very, 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 very well. Pull everything from the sides so there's no yogurt, just all of it becomes a dicky. So you don't have a smooth paste because we finely chopped. Yeah, I don't like it. Some people do. It's not a thing. We just need a splash though, not a lot. So we have a rough texture here because we have the yogurt, we have the finely chopped garlic instead of the mash, and you're ready to go. Mm. Actually, I put a little garlic. I don't like it. So that goes on the side again. It's fast, it's quick, it's delicious, it's a nice side dip for a lot of things. Chicken is almost done. Let me check on the apple pies a little bit. Okay, some of them have cooled down, the ones we did earlier. So I'm gonna finish them off. So we can carry on with the food and finish it, okay? So we're gonna finish the apple pies first, and then we'll finish we'll make the salad, and at the same time we'll do the potatoes together. Chicken is ready, we'll turn it off in 5 minutes, and then we'll leave it in there to be warm. I'm looking for another bowl though. I need one more bowl. I think I've run out of bowls today. I've used all of them. And I'm breaking things. I guess my wife's gonna be like, well, we're not gonna go anywhere, are we? You're gonna spend 3 hours cleaning the kitchen. So we go back into grinding biscuits. Our favorite thing today is grinding biscuits. I think I overdid it a little bit on. I bought too many apples and too many biscuits. Good thing I like both. I think from tomorrow on the stream, you'll see me with a biscuit on my hand, so it don't go bad. More biscuits or cookies. I don't put someone who is, like a English speaker, a native English speaker, or knows, to tell me What is the difference between a cookie and a biscuit? I know I should have Googled it or something, but it just came to mind. Okay, that's box number one. We are moving on to box number two. Grinding biscuits. Almost there. I'm gonna stop on two boxes. As usual, we'll see if we need some more. We'll go to the bin. Let me just turn off the heat on the chicken. I'm gonna leave him in there. Yeah, they're fine. Leave them there. And that's the second box done. Let's hope. I really hope we're not going to need to grind anymore, but making a little bit of room here. Ah, I can smell the tzatziki from the back. What have you done to me? Dinner. Okay, go have fun. I'll finish up here with my apple pies. For this, we could use a bigger spoon, but I don't have one at the moment. So what we're going to do now with all these biscuits, we grind it again. Okay, we're going to take a little bit on the tablespoon, and we're just going to start covering our apple pies with a nice fine layer. Basically, what we want here is cover it so you don't see what's under it. Don't overdo it because this is kind of like dry biscuit, and it will absorb some of the, if not all, the moisture from below. So you don't want to overdo it. So we're gonna go over this twice. What I mean by twice is, see, we covered it, okay? So now I'm gonna go for the next one. The next one, then like by the time we're done, we'll come back to the first one because it will have dark spots. So if it's for home, yeah, it doesn't matter. But if you want to have a nice presentation, you might want to go back and add a little bit more on top just to cover the dark spots. I mean, if I see some dark spots like here, I just add a little bit now and then I wait. The only thing we're gonna add on top of this afterwards, don't pressure it too much, just let it be airy. It's gonna glue on its own with um, the caramel below anyways. Bring two of these. Now, how nice would it be if I could actually ship this to you? But they're not gonna make it in one piece, even if we tried. Like this one that I'm doing now, it does have more liquid because we added some extra when we were making it. That means extra biscuit. on one side. And now when it's done, let's try and do the little ones, get them out of the way. This one's going to be a tricky one because we didn't put any apple in it. We only put some of the juices there. It has no apple. So this one I'm just going to put over this side so I know which one it is so I can try it. It might be an interesting twist. We don't know. And the big one, am I done? I'm hoping that this will be enough. Don't have to grind more. Yep. We're probably going to have to grind some more. I mean, it's definitely going to get covered, but I like to have a little bit of a biscuit. Okay, we're going to finish this off a little bit later, just to see how many dark spots we're going to have and fill it up. Let me see if I can find one here that might have... Yeah, actually, because I've done this a lot of times, it's not as much, but there's a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm not going to bother with this, but sometimes if you overdo it, it can have like all of it has little holes everywhere as it absorbs the liquid. So we're going to leave them there. Um, just finish them off. I mean, it's for home anyways. They're going to look good. And the final part is just to add the cinnamon on top of this. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Yes, yes, yes. Goodbye, dog. And it's kind of like how the final product will look like. So go through all of them, add the cinnamon, and you can try them, as soon as you put it on, or you can leave it for later. It's definitely your choice. I definitely recommend add the cinnamon on top, but the amount is always to taste. So if you like it a lot, put more. If you like it less, put less. These things are always to taste. Sometimes I don't like telling people. I don't like recipes sometimes. Add 1 gram of this. Yeah, what if I like it sweeter, man? What if I'm crazy? I think we're done here. Don't worry, we have a slice later, so you'll see how it looks like, and I can see if I did a good job with the base there, because the base is usually my main problem. Um, when we do the little apple sauce to put in there, I usually go overboard with the sugar. It's always sweet, not a problem. Some people drink more water, whatever. But when it comes to the base, I like it to be crunchy, I like to be hard when you break it, and usually I fail on that. However, today I double checked because I checked some stuff online as well. I double checked the ratio between the butter and the biscuit, and I've actually used the recommended one from chefs. So one step at a time, we improve ourselves. Next one on the menu is salad. Salads. Guess what? I need another bowl. Let's get this one. See why my wife hates me sometimes? She hates me because I make such a mess and she can't get in the kitchen while I'm here. No food for your dog. Go away. Go away. No. I don't have food for you. Don't have food for you. Go away. Venus. Venus. I don't know if you can hear the dog. I really hope you can, because this is funny. This is very funny. She's having a go at me for not giving her any food, but I don't really have any food for her here until like the what you call it, uh, the chicken comes out. I don't have food for her. Right. So you could say this will be at the end of it a Greek salad, but so what we're going to do here, which is a little bit tedious, you need a very sharp knife for this. We're going to chop this 1/4 of the tomato, because it's a small salad for myself, into tiny, tiny little bits. Smaller the better. Well, to have some substance. Hey, Waitson, how you doing, buddy? She does want a little taste, but she doesn't eat cucumber and tomato. She can smell the chicken in the oven, but we're not there yet. And we are going to do the same thing with the cucumber here. Right, small squares. Okay, I got a little bit of Charlotte onion here. Which we're also going to chop in small, very small pieces here. Okay, all goes in the bowl. Don't worry, I'll show you the bowl in a second. I think I have some peppers as well. Hold on a second, because peppers actually go very well with this. They are part of the Greek salad anyways. There is one. There is one. Oh my god, that smells awesome. This one is from the garden downstairs. That's why the smell is so fucking awesome. Our own produce. So I want to cut those as well into small pieces. And in the bowl it goes. Okay. So up to this point, we pretty much have everything there is in a Greek salad. Okay. Um, and now we're going to go into, if I find it, into the different thing, because we do a lot of Greek salads on the stream anyways, because we pretty much eat that all the time. It's the main salad for the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry, I'm looking for. I took out. There it is. Looking for one more thing. So up to this point is like a Greek salad. So now we add the twist. So what I have here, and I did mention this earlier, that we added to the kitchen some coriander, because I love it. So we have some fresh coriander here. Gonna Chop it very, very, very finely. God, I love the smell. Put that in there. All of it. Every last bit of it. Okay. Salt. To taste. I gotta keep saying that. I want some. This is my salad. I was gonna say pepper, but for me, I'm gonna go for some cayenne pepper. I want it to be a little bit more spicy. Tablespoon of olive oil. Of course, a great salad cannot be without some oregano in there. To taste. Okay. Like I said, we're going for the twist, right? So we're adding a few extra things here. One of the things I do love in salads and stuff is it's raisins and pine cone seeds. I don't know if you've ever had pine cone seeds. If you haven't, I definitely recommend to try them. It's a very unique taste, but you might like it. You can add it into salads to give a different flavor and texture. You can add it into the rice. If you're making rice and you want to give a bit of a different flavor there as well, or basically texture, just a few raisins, not a lot. They're just for the, the different flavor there. And I find my little rubber band here. Get this back in their place. And I'm going to add a little bit of feta cheese, which we're going to crumble into this mixture here. And take this piece. It's going to actually leave it on the knife. Yeah, if you do buy feta cheese, I mean, we do buy them and they wrap it up in a piece of paper. You might, when you go home, which I haven't done, is you might want to get a bowl and put it in there. Because after a while, a day and a half, it starts producing its own liquids. Can be a bit messy. So we're just going to crumble that in there. Tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces. But now I know it looks like a pile of things. But soon, my friends, soon. I'm going to need another spoon. So we made this poutine earlier on. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. Going to break it with my hands because it's pasta, so if you leave it, it gets sticky. Don't be afraid to use your hands. Right, I think that's enough. We're not going to go overboard. We have plenty to add if we need more. And we're going to give this a nice mix. We want everything to go everywhere. This is a lovely, like very fresh, fragrant salad if you want to go to a picnic as well. And it's salad if you're on diet, of course, talk to your professional about the amount because it does have a little bit of carbohydrate there with the pasta. Everything else is veggies. Has a little bit of olive oil, so it could make a nice meal on its own as a lunch or whatever. Okay, I said we're gonna do the potatoes at the same time, but sorry. Anyways, that's my salad. And we're gonna do the potatoes now. We forgot it, but they don't take a lot of time anyways, but it would have been more time efficient if I did them at the same time. So potatoes, we got baby potatoes, which we boiled, right? We half cooked them. We didn't fully cook them. Maybe not half, 3/4 is better. Okay. So I'm going to take a few of them now. I don't need more for lunch. The rest I can do later. If they're small enough, we cut them in half. If they're big enough and they're like too big for you, cut them in four. Depends how big or how small you guys want it. Hey, how you doing, dude? Or do this. Hello, welcome. We're good. We're cooking. Okay, so as I said, they're half cooked, so we're gonna move them along a little bit. So I'll put the frying pan on, or the skillet. I don't know what the difference is, to warm up. So I'm gonna grab some of my spices again. Not this one. This one. One, two, three. Where did I put the other one? Oh, it's already there. Okay, we're good. Okay, I've opened up the oven so the chicken doesn't get completely burnt, but it's cooked to its core. It is properly cooked. It is done, toasted. Right, give me a second. Coming back. Dog is persistent. Right, so we're gonna let this warm up a little bit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this lovely 3/4 cooked, 3/4 boiled baby potatoes. We're gonna put it in there. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil, and I mean a little bit, and we're gonna shake them. Now, the idea here is that we don't wanna fry them, okay? We can flip them a little bit there. Let me just turn the heat down because this is very high for them. And we're gonna season them. Salt, I'm going again with cayenne pepper because I like it. You can go with normal. And some oregano. Now, I see they're getting stuck. That means I don't have as much oil, or that the frying pan is too high. And mine was just too high because I was trying to speed things up a little bit for the stream. So then there's no need for you guys to rush though, okay? So as you can see, we don't have a pool of oil. It's just a little bit on the bottom. And we're going to keep going with this. The last ingredient is garlic. You can put fresh garlic. I dropped something again. Or you have any powdered garlic. I would go for fresh garlic, but I can be asked right now. We already chopped quite a bit. Just a little bit on top. Just mix it. If you feel you need a little bit more oil, just add it. So they're kind of like easy to move around a little bit. And just leave them on medium to high heat. So while that is happening, I'm going to clean up a little bit more here because I have a lot more cleaning later. People say, oh, why are you late for the gaming? Because I was fucking doing the dishes. Right. So these do need a little bit of, moving around every now and then. Especially if you have it on high heat like me and get stuck on the bottom. Yep. So, gotta love these frying pans though. But I still, after 6 months, not used to the fact that if you put them too high, everything gets screwed. So I need a nice big plate. Dog, out of my way. Thank you, dog. Goodbye, dog. He's not leaving. And I will need this as well. So when I'm doing these ones, I like to like manually flip them face down so they get a nice color on that side first. Just leave them there. Right, I need a fork. Whoa. Oh, that looks good. Maybe I don't need the fork. I can use my hands. Maybe I will burn myself. Most likely. Mm. Ah, mm, tasty and crispy. Okay. All right. Next one we need is the salad. You know, I'm good at cooking stuff that people say, you know, they taste nice, they like them. But when it comes to presentation, I really suck. But I do try. I do try a little bit. Maybe one five might have been enough there, but I need to eat too, so the rest is for dinner. Dinner, dinner, dinner. I'm not gonna squash it just to give it a bit of shape. Hopefully it will stay. Hopefully. Whew. They do take a little bit of time, but we're almost done. Almost. Do I need anything else? Yes, we also have the dip Lisotti requested. So with this, I'm just gonna go on the side there. Sorry, I like it. I'm gonna put a bit more. Oh, oops. Alarm clock. Is it 2 o'clock? No. Another minute and we're done there. Where is no, oh, this one. This is what I want. This is the one that I want. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. So, ladies and gents, we are coming to the end of this. So, until this is done, let me just say what we've done there. So, we've done the apple pies, okay, with digestive biscuits. This is the result. So, I'm not going to eat now because it's going to ruin my appetite. But you've seen the process. We have some grilled chicken or roast chicken, whatever we like, with spices on top. It's a very crispy skin. We made the puntin Greek salad. There, it's a version of mine. Tzatziki, as you guys want it. We have some. I'm trying to find the right word here. Saute potatoes, I suppose. All right, which I'm just going to put here on the side. Don't forget, we left them a little bit on the frying pan because we boiled them before. So I personally do them like 3/4 done. Um, so they're not very squishy. So I can move them around the frying pan. If you want, you can leave them longer or on the frying pan or when you're boiling them. And the last thing I'm going to do here, I have some very salty, um, what's the name of it? Yellow cheese. You could use cheddar in your country. You can use Parmesan if you want. This is a Greek cheese. It's going to go on top of my sauté potatoes. I don't think I'm going to need more than that. And that's my lunch. And that's our cooking session ended for today. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in. I hope you enjoyed it. You had it interesting. As you can see, it's a very full plate. I mean, if I run out, I will add some more, but that's my lunch. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do enjoy it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Every Sunday, 12 o'clock UTC, we'll be here doing something. Even with boiled eggs, we'll always be doing something on a Sunday from now on for 2026. Um, I'm gonna go and enjoy this, and I'll let you know on Discord if we're doing any Warhammer stuff later on, or you see me in game. Until then, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you later for some gaming. Not streaming, but gaming. As I said, you can join us on Discord on my day off to hang out with us. And have a great Sunday. I'll see you Monday for some more Warhammer if I don't see you sooner.